Another nice new 40k miniature revealed today. We appear to have a very nice sculpt for an Ordo Malleus Inquisitor. Hello and welcome back to Warspets Tactics, where today we're just taking a look at a new model reveal. We've got really quite an awesome looking Inquisitor model, so I thought we'd just talk about who he is, a few fun details of the model, how you can get your hands on him, and how he could potentially be used in game. So apparently this guy is called Erasmus Cartavolnus. He's an Inquisitor of the Ordo Malleus, so that's the Demon Hunter Inquisitors, and I must admit I think the model for him really is pretty epic. A pretty shadowy and brooding figure, perfect for an Inquisitor, and certainly has all the regalia of someone in the highest office of the Imperium. According to Warhammer Community, this guy's going to be the store anniversary model for 2022, so their usual system for that is if you have a local Warhammer store, the model physically goes on sale there for 7 days following their store anniversary, whenever that might be, and then you can pick him up or order him anytime in the 7 days after that. Kind of unhelpful if you really want to get your hands on the model, I must admit, but this is something that Games Workshop has done for quite a while. They dedicate a certain amount of sculpts to basically just promoting their own stores, and Mr. Cartavolnus appears to be one of them. I'm sure that some industrious people will wind up buying a whole load of them from their local store and putting them on eBay for some scalper rates. I guess if there is a Warhammer store that's kind of convenient for you to get to, you could just check out when their anniversary is and just try and pop in somewhere around that time if you do desperately want this model this year. In any case, he's an Ordo Malleus Inquisitor. They have given him his own unique name, though I suspect that in-game he's not going to have any of his own special rules or datasheet or anything, and it's just going to be quite a nice model to represent a generic Inquisitor. To be honest, as new plastic models go for the Inquisition, this one's really quite a helpful one. Games Workshop have released a fair few special character Inquisitors over the last few years, ones like Eisenhorn, Greyfax, and Kyra Draxus, all quite nice new plastic kits, though they don't represent the standard Inquisitor, the one with the more flexible datasheet. They're left with really quite old models. I think it's pretty nice to have one that could represent quite a nice generic one, as they're the ones that you can get the most flexibility with and could be a good ally for your forces. This guy's got a fair bit of iconography from the Ordo Malleus on him, so that's the Demon Hunter branch of the Inquisition. Apparently this guy's a master of demon binding rituals, and kind of interesting what they've done with his base. He's casually putting his enormous Exterminator's sword straight through a cursed book of some sort. I'm not sure if that's a book that he's brought along with him to enact some sort of demon binding ritual with, or whether he happens just to have found it on the floor and is now just bringing down the full might of the Imperial Inquisition on this helpless book of heresy that some Chaos people had just left lying about. Definitely a chance to forge your own narrative there, I think. In any case though, I still think his miniature is really quite a nice one. I like the enormous oversized sword with the word Exterminatus on it. His robe's pretty impressive with the Inquisitorial symbol and Ordo Malleus on the back, and I like the icon of the Inquisition that he's bearing into battle. You certainly can't mistake him from being from another organisation. In-game, Inquisitors are really quite easy to include in basically any Imperial force now. You can include one slotless in most of the standard detachments, and they don't break your army-wide special rules anymore, which is quite nice for things like Space Marines combat doctrines or Sisters Miracle Dice. I think that this miniature in particular could be quite good for an Inquisitor with the Blade of the Ordo relic. It only costs 1 command point to have him know an extra psychic power as a warlord trait, and then take that relic along to make him fairly fighty, and I think that can actually be quite nice on a cheap little character choice if you do have something decent for him to pair with. I think Ordo Malleus Inquisitors are particularly interesting as they've got a psychic power that can give a 5+ invul spell to Imperium units, and that could be pretty good on basically any Imperial unit with a low armor save, particularly things like Sister Battle Arco-Flagellants, or maybe Guard-Cadian Conscripts with the White Shield rule. They both come to mind as decent options. It's kind of fortunate timing, as I already had an Inquisition video in the works. Hopefully that should be released fairly soon, and I'm looking forward to talking through all of the Inquisition's combos at the moment, and which ones I think are the strongest. In any case, I think that this guy's a pretty cool model. Obviously being a store promotion miniature isn't the most helpful if you want to get your hands on him, but I do think he's going to be popular for those who can. If you've enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more like this, feel free to subscribe to Warspets Tactics. That Inquisition video should be out within the next week hopefully, and I'll certainly be keeping up with Games Workshop's regular news and updates. January should be pretty exciting with the codexes that are coming out. Finally, if you have been enjoying all the videos on the channel, I would just like to quickly mention the Patreon page that's down in the video description. That is what allows me to make quite so many videos like this, so if you are enjoying quite a bit, any support is enormously appreciated. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.